Coming up, as many school districts struggle to find teachers, some will rely on other ways to teach classes. And the city of Pineville had to back out of funding for the Pineville Community Hospital, which is still up for auction. Plus, more crashes happen on I-75 than any other interstate in Kentucky, and that number has shot up 40% since 2010. We'll take a look at why.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News This Morning.
And good morning, I'm Neil Middleton. Today is Wednesday, August the 7th, and just a beautiful start to the day. But Brandon, you've been talking about we do have some rain moving into the region.
And it was a little bit warmer overnight when I was coming into work, so each night has gotten progressively warmer, and hopefully we'll start to see that cool back off a little bit, be more crisp. But this morning, some folks seeing rain. Let's take a look at that. We're seeing line pinpoint Doppler radar starting to light up. There's a little bit of a broken line starting to form back out toward I-75. But we take a look at Jenkins there, US 119, US 23. Dry for a while, then the rain comes through, and then the fog comes in. So that's going to be a trend this morning. Keep that in mind. Temperatures a little warmer in the Big Sandy and in parts of the Kentucky River where it has not rained yet. Some mid to upper 60s across the rest of the area. We're going to climb, but slowly as we see the rain chances continue off and on throughout the day. Maybe clearing out a little bit by the afternoon. Temperatures top out in the low 80s. The rest of the forecast on the way here in just a few minutes. Neil?
Thanks, Brandon. As many school districts struggle to find teachers, some will rely on others to teach classes. In Pike County, substitute teachers will see bigger paydays. WYMT's Marianne Fletcher has the details.
As summer comes to an end for teachers and students, school district officials are busy preparing for the upcoming school year.
Oh, we're extremely excited to start a new school year.
There are 22 public schools in the Pike County School District.
I really feel our schools are prepared.
Superintendent Reed Adkins says one thing is difficult to keep up with.
We have a teacher shortage in certain areas.
The teacher shortage is one of the reasons why substitute teachers are getting a raise.
JROTC, foreign language, high school science, high school math. We struggle finding people for those areas.
The raise is $20. This increases their current pay of $65 each day to $85.
If the regular teacher is not there, then the substitute teacher, they step in and they're equally as important.
And it's a long time coming after years of stagnated wages.
And actually, the substitute teachers in Pike County hadn't gotten a raise in 27 years.
Adkins says Pike County is not only competitive in sports, but pay too.
That's why we wanted to raise the pay, to make sure that they would be attracted to working in our school system.
And they choose these hires carefully.
Yeah, and what we try to do, we try to find people that are what we call highly qualified.
All for one good reason.
Each and every day the student goes to class, we want to make sure they get a quality education.
In Pike County, Marianne Fletcher, WYMT Mountain News.
Pike County students return to school tomorrow. Well, services for the longest-serving mayor in America begins this afternoon. Boonville Mayor Charles Long died Saturday at the age of 99, just about 2 months shy of his 100th birthday. He was mayor for more than 60 years. Now, Long was also a World War II veteran and former service station owner. He served on numerous boards and attended more than 1,300 UK basketball games. His visitation is today from 4 until 7 at the Boonville Funeral Home. The funeral is tomorrow afternoon at 2 at the Boonville Presbyterian Church. We remember the life of longtime former Cumberland Fire Chief Joe Kerubim. He died on Saturday at the age of 99. The Cumberland Fire Department and City Council had already decided to rename the station after him. The department started renovations to the outside, including new paint and new signage that hangs proudly with Joe Kerubim's name. He was with the fire department for 64 years and was fire chief for 51 of those years. Current Fire Chief Edward Bush says he always looked up to him.
My goal was to be like Joe. Joe was my mentor. As decisions that I make in the fire service, as me being the fire chief, I turn it back to, would Joe like this, or would this be something that Joe would do? Because Joe's a legend here at Cumberland Fire Department and throughout the county.
Visitation is Friday, August 9th from 2 until 7:30 p.m. at the Tri-City Funeral Home in Benham. Funeral services will follow Saturday, August 10th at 11 at the St. Stephen Church in Cumberland. Search and rescue missions happen often in Kentucky's Red River Gorge. Teams will be practicing there this weekend to be prepared for the next rescue. Megan James looks ahead to the training event.
There will be military aircraft, public safety officials, and search and rescue personnel out at the gorge. They will be running wilderness rescue training exercises together. The mission? Make sure they can successfully rescue someone who has fallen off of the cliff.
This is for when it happens, not if it happens, when it happens, that we're prepared. It happens more than we like it to, but we haven't had the intensity where we've had to use many teams except for recovery.
The practice helps the search and rescue teams tremendously in their efforts, but so do the additional resources.
But we didn't have the resources back then, but now as we go further in the future, we have those resources, and we're going to take advantage of it and train together and get everything together where we'll be proficient at it. And that's what we're looking at, is what are we going to take out of this.
And with the practice taking place at the gorge, parking will be limited. Be sure to plan ahead if you head out there this weekend. The city of Pikeville had to back out of funding the Pikeville Community Hospital. City officials say the decision comes after a bid deadline continues to be pushed back. They say the hospital is a daily expense for the city as it is, and something they never planned on being a part of. City Council member Ben Maiden says at this point they can no longer feasibly fund the hospital's operations.
Since that's the case, we can't keep operating the hospital without any further assurances that we will have either funding or be able to own the hospital.
We will keep an eye on the auction as it continues. One coal truck crash in Clark County has blocked eastbound lanes of I-64 at the Mountain Parkway exit. There are also major backups on the Mountain Parkway. Traffic is being diverted off of I-64 east at exit 96. The coal truck crashed on the Mountain Parkway and is hanging off of the overpass where coal spilled onto the interstate. Officials with the Clark County Fire Department say there is significant damage to the overpass. The driver of the truck was not hurt. No word yet on what caused that crash. Well, more crashes happen on I-75 than any other interstate in Kentucky, and that number has shot up 40% since 2010. It has gone from less than 3,000 to nearly 4,000 crashes annually. WKYT's Chelsea Jones has more. Okay, we're having some problems with that story. We'll try to get back to that later. Now, state police urge people on I-75 just to slow down and take their time during those in those construction areas. Well, more than $900,000 is headed to Pike County for road projects. Transportation officials announced Tuesday that $936,000 will go toward resurfacing. We have a list of the planned projects on our website at WYMT.com. And later this summer, some parents sent their children to summer camp, more specifically to YouTube camp.
It could be a soggy start today for some, but by this afternoon, those rain chances get fewer and we might even see some sunshine. On the latest details in about 3 minutes.